Hi guys, so I'm going to talk about my topic for the special project, which is women and crime. So in this presentation, I'm going to talk to you guys about or present about women's involvement in crime and in the US criminal justice system, as well as their role and importance in the system. So first, I want to start off with a quote by Michelle Obama, which is, "There is no limit to what we as women can accomplish." So nowadays, women are involved in things such as politics and even law enforcement. And there are a lot of sayings that women can be in the force, or women cannot join the army, or women can't be in politics because they're not built like men or they don't think like men. And I believe that this is wrong. I believe that women are capable of doing the same things as men, and women can make great impacts in the world. So there's a very important issue that has been going on for a while to today, which is called feminist criminology, which is a developing intellectual approach that emphasizes gender issues in criminology. Or, in other words, the fact that women are not seen as important as men are in the criminal justice system. The book says that female criminologists observe that women have been virtually invisible in criminological analysis, and much theorizing has proceeded as though criminality is restricted to men. So they're basically saying that the work of women in both crime causation and control is not seen as important. Female criminologists suggest that women should be included in crime causation and prevention, and that gender related issues are badly needed. Women and girl crimes are virtually overlooked, and female victimization was ignored, minimized, or trivialized. So, this is saying that violence against women or women's thoughts isn't a priority. But once it involves men, then that's when it becomes a priority. This is what motivates female criminologists to work hard to show that women's involvement in crime should be more appreciated. Some people also argue that the only way to eliminate discrimination and oppression that women have experienced in the past until now is to push for continued equalization and to oppose any legislation that treats men and women differently. This relates to the women's rights movement, which is also called the women's liberation movement, that sought equal rights and opportunities and greater personal freedom for women, which started in 1848. So now I'm going to talk about the roles that women have in the criminal justice system. For me personally, I believe that a woman's role in the system is to show that women are capable of doing what men can do and to inspire other women to make a difference. It took a while for women to be where they're at now in the law enforcement today. But um, back then in the early 1900s, police women's roles included patrolling the city, protecting the morals of females and juveniles, searching for and taking into custody neglected and delinquent children, and guarded army camps as well. Then in 1971, women were given the right to carry firearms for the federal government, and then can serve as FBI agents and armed security guards. Female police officers had different roles in law enforcement depending on what country they're in. So if you're in Japan, you have a very different role as a female police officer compared to America or compared to Germany and etc. The role of police women then gradually shifted from one of a caretaker for incarcerated women and comforter of lost children to a law enforcement official. However, men police officers have yet to accept females as their equals in all phases of law enforcement. Women are important in the criminal justice system because, as officers, they tend to use less physical force, they are better at diffusing and de escalating violent confrontations, they have better communication skills, and are able to facilitate the cooperation and trust required to implement a community policing model. They also respond more effectively to incidents of violence against women. So basically, women who are victims of any kind of assault or violence made against them would feel a lot more comfortable with female police officers rather than male officers. According to the book, a recent report on female officers in Massachusetts found that female police officers are extremely devoted to their work. They see themselves as women first and then as police officers, and are more satisfied when working in non uniformed capacities. Female officers are underutilized, and many departments hesitate to assign women to patrol or to do other dangerous field activities. This led to the result of disenfranchising women who wish to work on the force and make it difficult to recognize the contributions they make as women. What also makes women important in the system is the fact that without their involvement, moves made to grant women equal rights and more awareness on violence made against them wouldn't have happened. Domestic violence is seen as the largest cause of injury to American women. So, on page 58 in the textbook, there are findings revealed about violence against women. Um, they got these findings from doing a woman survey that related some findings against a woman survey that revealed findings about violence against women. So if you look at your textbook, it'll show over here. The Federal Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act of 1994 was designed to meet the needs of violence against women. The act signified a major shift in national response against stalking and sexual abuse. So I am very grateful that I got this topic because as a woman, I stand up for my rights as well as women's rights, and I believe that women should be equal as men, and I don't I don't believe the fact that women should be treated at like a lesser level than men and when it comes to law enforcement, because I believe that women are strong enough and they are capable enough of doing the same things that men can do. Women are also strong in the world, and every woman around the world should know that. So, yeah, thank you for listening to my presentation.